it's Sam. So today I wanted to kind of do a video talking about my second time around getting Botox. As you all know, I went and got Botox for the first time back in May. And I did a video about it. This is my second time doing it again. I went to somewhere different this time. So typical, leave it to my luck. The first person that I went to retired like a couple of weeks before my following appointment. So I ended up having to cancel my appointment because they didn't have anyone that was doing it to take his place. And so I was left without my man, without my Botox man. So luckily, LaserAway had reached out to me prior, or I think it was after I had gotten my first one done, which I paid for myself. And obviously the timing wasn't right because I had just gotten it. So it was, I mean, I didn't want to go and inject it into my face right when I had already done it. So I reached back out to them and said like, hey, I'm in the market for a touch-up. Would you guys still be interested? And luckily they were super sweet and said, yes, we'd love to have you. So I actually had a meeting in San Francisco. And so I figured while I was down there, because obviously San Francisco is like 3.5-hour drive for us. So I figured while we were already down there, I would just go ahead and go and get my Botox touched up at LaserAway in San Francisco. I went to the one on Union Street. It's been now just under a month, and I have footage of me actually getting it done this time. The first time I didn't film it just because I didn't know how I was gonna like it, and so I just kind of like didn't really go into it planning on like filming it and showing you guys because I wasn't sure how I was gonna like it. But since I've had it once already, I wanted to actually film it this time and show you exactly what the process looks like, what you look like afterwards, and kind of show you a before and after as well. And it's interesting to see also a before of like, obviously I had had Botox, and I think it was about 3 months that it kind of started, like it was pretty worn off in my upper forehead, but then in my 11s, it was still pretty decent actually. So it's interesting to see how it kind of wore, because I would say my 11s were like always there. Like it was a constant line, and then I got them done in my 11s. And I also got like obviously this section because I had like that hot dog packet up on my forehead, and that wore off way quicker than this. So I would say around like 2.5 months I noticed like more movement up here, and I was like, dang it, like, oh man. And then by like 3 months I was like, OMG, did I look like this before? It's like you're so used to having this amazing smooth forehead that when it does wear off, you're like, holy crap, I look old, and it's very stressful. This seemed to last a lot longer than this for me. So I am assuming it's just because I'm really expressive with my eyebrows, like I'm always pulling them up, but I don't apparently squint like this as much as I lift my eyebrows. So that's what I noticed. I feel like honestly, if it was just this that was the problem, I could have probably gone around 4, maybe even longer. I don't know, because I don't think that this was quite as worn off. And you'll see in the before footage, like when I go like this, the 11s really aren't as bad as they used to be, because they used to be really bad. Once I had Botox the first time, the way your body tries to continue to move even though the other muscles have been paralyzed is so interesting to me, because before my forehead wrinkles were the worst in the middle. It's like my body was like, oh girl, you are not gonna stop me. So instead of having the wrinkles in the middle, this time around, because my face was still trying to be expressive, I'm so expressive, and I didn't realize how expressive I was until I got Botox and realized that my face was still like, let me move, that I started getting wrinkles above here versus in the middle. So it's not like you're never gonna get those wrinkles again. And it's weird that it actually created different wrinkles that I never had before because it still wanted to move. So if you're a super expressive person, just keep that in mind, that you might start with wrinkles here, but then like me, I ended up getting wrinkles here when I went in for my touch-up. So that was something that I didn't kind of expect, and that I was like, oh, this is weird, you know? So basically the first time around, I have no clue what I got. I don't know how many units he gave me. So when I went into LaserAway, I went to a girl named Gaia. She was super sweet, super knowledgeable, really, really helpful. And it's really cute in there. Like everyone, the people at the front desk were these two guys. They were so sweet, so helpful, really friendly. They like told me what they had on their faces. Like it was a really like open kind of environment. Gaia had asked me when she was like doing my consultation, like what have I had before? And so I had told her like I had the Botox, but I don't know how many units that he did. So I still don't know how many he did the first time. But this time around, she gave me 32 units, and she did it in a different technique than how the first fellow did it. He basically, the first time, just did one here, and one here. And then that was it. So I just had 3 little pricks. So this time around, she did it where it was like a bunch of different little like pricks. So basically, instead of just doing the one here, and one here, like she would like have me move, and then she would like do it in a few different areas. And you'll see it, I don't know exactly how many times that she like poked me with the thing, but you'll see in the video, like it was a few different areas. So it wasn't just, it was a different technique the first time. And she also did my crow's feet as well. And what's interesting is that this, the first time I did it, they did not use ice, they just used like a numbing cream. Whereas this time around, they used ice and no numbing cream. And the ice, I don't know if it was just the ice or what it was, but it definitely hurt less the second time around. And I don't know if maybe the ice just makes it so numb that you can't feel it because like it's so cold, but that definitely helps. So I would say I definitely preferred the ice versus the numbing cream, because the numbing cream, like I felt it, and I felt it stinging when it went in. Like you feel the prick, which hurts, but then with the first time I felt like you could feel the Botox like burning inside, whereas the second time I did not feel that stinging sensation where it's going in. I just felt like the needle, and that was it. But it was not painful at all. Like I barely flinched. It was really, really a lot more comfortable than the first time I got it. The first time I noticed results immediately. Like right off the bat, I was like, oh wow, I cannot move my face. Like this is definitely working. I think it was like pretty quick that I was like, oh dang, like my face is looking super duper frozen on my forehead, but not super duper frozen, but like good frozen. Like I wanted it that way. And then they always say that 10 days is like the full results, which was weird because the second time around, like I would say the first time around within 10 days, like it was like, that was it. Like it was in there. The second time around, it took a lot longer for my face to like do its full like Botox thing. It was definitely over 2 weeks. It was like in between that 2 and 3 week range. For some reason, it just took a lot longer this second time. Now it's like in its full effect. So it's been just under a month. So it's like three and a half weeks. Here is my forehead now. And you'll see I did it before of me raising my eyebrows. So now when I raise my eyebrows, this is what happens. So you can see, I'm just trying to see in my mirror because I can't see that far in my monitor. Welcome to old age. So you can see I definitely have some movement there, but before, like you saw the huge like, woo, the wrinkles were like serious business. Whereas now it's not necessarily even a wrinkle. There's a slight little wrinkle right there, but it's mainly just like, oh, okay, I can see that her eyebrows are raising, but it's not like sausages on her forehead. So this is what it looks like when it's at its full potential, like, hello, Botox, you are set in my face. So I have movement. I can still like show you like, oh, I'm so surprised, but it's not like, oh, Shar-Pei puppy. And then for the eyes, I gotta say, the eyes were my favorite part. Those actually went really quick, like, oh my goodness, quick. Within, I would say 2 days, it was like the wrinkles were just perfection. It was, everything was super smooth. So for some reason, my eyes took way quicker than my forehead. My forehead was fighting me. It was like, no, you're not gonna do this to me again. And I was like, oh yes, I am forehead. So these, when I smile, can you see? There is nothing. I used to have this huge one that came down like this, and there's like a tiny little wrinkle here, but it's so smooth underneath my eyes. So like if I try to squint, there's no wrinkles, my friends. There's none. It all wrinkles right here. So that's another thing that you should note. When you get Botox, the wrinkles have to go somewhere, okay? So you can't just be like, woo, you can't have your cake and eat it too. So what I've noticed for the eyes is that they kind of gave me a little bit of dark circles, which is weird. I've never had like a hollow kind of dark circle under eye. And when I look down, I don't know if you guys can tell, do you see that kind of darkness right there? That's what I noticed after getting these done, is that it kind of just made it a little like hollow right there or something. I don't know, that's really weird. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but that's just what I noticed for me. But to me, it's totally fine because this is looking so smooth. My makeup goes on so nice right here. But when you try to go like this, you'll notice that the little wrinkles are in this section instead. So it's super smooth here, but you know, they have to go somewhere, guys. So, you know, there's a little kind of a little crepey kind of wrinkly there, but it's not anything major. It's only when I try to like make a face, but when I'm just regular, it's totally fine. So I absolutely love this area. Like, I'm so happy I got this done because I feel like it's just so smooth. It just makes you look so like, hello, I'm fine. It's really great. So I'm so happy with my results. I love Botox. Now that I've had it for, you know, I've had it since May, and now that I've had it my second time around, I have to say it's probably the best thing that I've ever done for my face. You quickly become addicted to Botox. Like, honestly, I feel like I'm all up in your business. Let me back up. So now that I've had it, now that I've got it done a second time around, like when it started wearing off, I was feeling sad. I was like, oh my gosh, my forehead sausage rolls are back. Like, I was like dying for some Botox. I would say for me, 3 months, it was like, okay, I need this again. I would say if it's not something that you want to commit to and that you want to continuously get every 3 to 4 months, don't start because you do get addicted. You do become like, oh my gosh, this amazing, shiny, like smooth forehead is like the best thing of my life. It just smooths everything out. It just makes it look so much better. It's smooth. Your makeup goes on so nicely. You don't have to worry about your foundation getting stuck in your wrinkles. The eyes, honestly, this is the best part. I mean, I love this. It is so smooth. It's so just like lifted and amazing. I have to say, I am definitely like, I will continue to do Botox. I love it. I'm so glad I decided to like actually do it because it's honestly like the best thing I've ever done for my face. If I could Botox my whole face now, I know you can't, but the way it makes your skin so smooth and the makeup goes on so amazing. Like, I definitely want to do these next because this bothers me. I feel like that ages me so bad, these darn smile lines. They are just constantly a line there. So that's definitely the next thing that I want to do. For sure. But I would say if it's something that you have been interested in, definitely go and get a consult. I mean, they were really great at LaserAway. I feel like they were just super knowledgeable, super helpful. And like, I had a consultation with her about my smile lines and about my lips, and she was really great. I loved the fact that she wasn't pushy. She wasn't like, oh, you need to get this much and let's go huge. Like, I was like, I would like to I want to look natural. She basically gave me this like complete consult after the Botox of like what I would need to like help this out, what she thinks would be good for my face. And so I really do feel like they do a really good job there. She was gentle, she was kind, she was really smart, she did a beautiful job. So they did give me a little gift bag, which was really, really sweet. So inside of it, and I love their packaging, the pink and white is so cute. It says, there's a little hat that says Team No Fuzz, which is really cute. And then they also gave a sunscreen SPF 30, which is a really cute packaging as well. And then they gave me a little green tea facial cleanser. So that was really sweet that they gave me a little gift. They did not pay me to make this video, but they did give me a free treatment. So I just want to be completely like honest with you guys. I did not have to pay for my Botox, but it was something that I was planning on paying for anyway. And if it wasn't for my guy retiring, I absolutely would have been paying probably $350 because that's what I paid the first time. So it cost me $350 the first time. I don't know how much it would have cost at LaserAway because obviously I didn't pay for it. They did it complimentary for me. They did tell me to do these, would be $650. And then to do my lips would be $650. So that's kind of the price point that you would be looking at, or at least that I would be looking at if those are the things that I wanted to get done. Botox is definitely cheaper than fillers though. But I was really happy with LaserAway. I would really recommend it. If it's something that you have been interested in doing as far as Botox goes, I mean, I can say from experience, they did a great job and I'm really happy with how mine turned out. Thank you to LaserAway for my amazing Botox. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the actual footage of me getting it done. You can see kind of like the interaction between me and Gaia, who actually injected it, and kind of see what it looks like there, and just kind of see exactly like what to expect when you're getting Botox, what it looks like, what you look like afterwards, and all of that good stuff. P.S. the headaches this time around were, I would say it's probably the same, to be honest. The Botox headaches are definitely like not fun. I would say for about 3 to 4 days I had Botox headaches, and it's basically just like a headache. It comes about like an hour after you've had it, and then it pretty much stays for a couple of days. So we're gonna move on to the clip of me getting it done now. You can see exactly what's going on. I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please thumbs this up. If you found it helpful, you know, I would really appreciate that. Subscribe if you're new, and that's about it, guys. Enjoy. Because like when he was done, like I could not do this at all, which was really nice. Yeah. But I did have a tiny bit of movement here. Okay. And last time I had a headache for like 2 days. Is that normal?
Yes.
Okay.
It happened to me. It's generally on your first time ever doing it.
Okay.
Possibly the second or third time. But once you get used to doing this regularly, those headaches are gonna go away.
Love you.
I am paparazzi.
I wish I could take it all off.
I wish I could take it off and wouldn't that be nice?
And actually, I took off the makeup nicely, right? She actually looked
Does it look pretty good? Man, that is cold.
That feels great.
Oh, it's really cold.
Yeah. Okay, and then once I get started on this side, you can switch it over.
Okay. Darn wrinkles.
Good.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Big smile and squint. Relax. Well, you doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Big smile. Relax. You alright?
Yep.
The ice works pretty well.
Yeah, it really does. It was a little painful the first time, and it wasn't terrible, but it stung more.
Big smile and squint. Relax. It also depends on the day that you're having too. If you're having a little bit of a relaxing day, then you're fine, but big smile. If you're not having a relaxing day, then it could sting a little bit more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
In every face, relax. A little bit. 1, 2, 3.
think it's good you have the TV in here.
I know.
Because it kind of distracts.
Yeah.
Especially when all their foreheads are so smooth, it really gets you motivated.
Yeah, we just keep it on Real Housewives all the time.
You know everyone's getting buzzed on that show.
Totally.
That's funny.
Yeah. An angry face. Relax.
So as you do it more often, do you have to do it less often? Like as you...
It really depends.
Okay.
I mean, the younger you are, generally the less frequent you need to go in just because your skin is better.
Okay.
But as you lose more collagen naturally through the aging process,
Yeah.
you know, even just small movements will crease your skin. So I can't really tell you that you'll need less.
Yeah.
But you will have less wrinkles later on in life.
Oh, that's good.
Because you're doing this, so.
No, I'm good. Yeah, I was telling my sister that, because that's what the doctor said. He's like, you know, you're actually better off starting off younger.
It's more preventative.
Yeah, and so I was always under the impression that like you should wait until your wrinkles are there. And he said, you know, honestly, if you would have started getting this like 5 years ago, you wouldn't have those deep creases in your forehead.
That is true.
You would have been better off.
Raise your forehead. Relax.
I just like bathed in the sun my whole
That's
life.
not good.
I know.
You would have amazing skin if you did.
I know.
And your skin isn't bad.
No, but I
just
have like,
melasma.
yeah.
Perfect. You're all good?
Yay!
How do you feel?
I feel great.
Perfect. No bruising. You're all
Cool.
good.
Yay.
Nice.
There's some little bumps, but those are going to go down. Okie dokie. And no exercise for 24 hours.
Oh, perfect. Okay, guys, so there you go. There is like the whole entire everything laid out on my face for you to watch. Hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And like always, this is my opinion. This is, you know, I am not telling anyone to go and get Botox. I'm just sharing my experience. I don't want anyone to think that you need to go and get Botox, you know, because I do. That's definitely not what I'm trying to do here. I just want to show you exactly what it does for me, share my experiences, and, you know, basically just tell you what I think about Botox. And I figured it would be interesting to see the second time around, just kind of like what I've noticed and what, like, am I continuing to do it, because you know, I like to keep you guys updated with that kind of stuff. The amount of confidence that it has given me and just making me feel better about myself is totally worth it to me. And so I feel like it's one of those things where you have to really consider, is this kind of ruining the way you feel about yourself because you're constantly staring at your wrinkles in the mirror? If it is, then I would say it's worth it for you. If it's something that doesn't really bother you, then why bother paying the money? But I was really like, you know, having my face online and people picking out the things that are wrong with you, it definitely like can sometimes bring you down, especially when it's something that you already notice about yourself that you dislike, and then someone's like, hey, your forehead makes you look like you're 50, and you're like, sweet, thank you so much, I didn't notice. That's like, for me, that was it's worth spending the money. Thank goodness LaserAway was complimentary. I appreciate it so much, but I will continue to spend the money because for me, it just makes me feel so much better. And I think that's what the beauty of like injectables and plastic surgery, you know, it's not for everybody, and that's totally okay, because it's all about you and your body and what you want to do. But if it's something that is affecting your life and affecting your self-esteem, then I'm all about doing something to fix it and make you feel better about yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's you. You're the only person that matters. And if you're feeling sad and you're constantly staring at your foundation getting stuck in your forehead wrinkles, or like me, this bothers me so bad, like I'm so self-conscious of it, then I think it's definitely worth doing something about, because nobody wants to be miserable all the time. I mean, you know, and you know, it's completely like vanity, and like there's much bigger problems going on in the world, but it still comes down to feeling good about yourself. And you know, doing stuff like I get my hair done because my roots make me feel like I look like a greasy head. Like, you know, we all do it in some way, whether it's getting cute clothes or putting makeup on. Like, we all do stuff to make ourselves feel better about ourselves. And so I feel like don't let anyone ever tell you like, oh, I can't believe you did that, or no, you shouldn't do that. It's what you feel. If you want to do it, you know? But don't do it because someone else told you to do it or you feel like you have to. Do it because you really, really want to do it, and do your research. But like I said, if you're in the Bay Area and you're close, you know, within proximity to that Union Street LaserAway, and they have LaserAways all around. Like there's one in Napa, there's one in Dublin. Like they're all over the place. But I definitely would recommend specifically the one I went to, just because I went to that one and it was really good. But I honestly feel like they're gonna hire good people wherever you are. So I would recommend it. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please give me a thumbs up if you did find this helpful. Mwah. Bye. Okay guys, and then here it is. I just turned all my lights off, so now it's just me in front of the window. So there is the after. There's my 11s. I can't do it. I can't make any kind of 11, which I love, but I always like to show you guys like after or with lights and then without lights, because it definitely does make a difference. But there you go.